Thank you, Mr. Harun. It's very difficult to talk about Dr. Jain because either you give us a couple of hours, but a minute you cannot say much. A lot has been said about his professional excellence and competence, but I'd like to touch upon three very brief points about what I knew him as an individual. I was talking to my daughter the other day when we were driving back together, and I told him, I said, Payal has asked me to say a few words on Dr. Jain. What do you think of him? And her answer was that I can never forget his warm hugs at every birthday which I attended. Coming from a child, and not that she's a child anymore, but at that time she was a child, I think it speaks volumes of the individual. The second point I'd like to talk about is trust. I don't know if Payal remembers when she was very, very young. He called me one day and said, Payal is interested in seeing a music system. Can you take her along to see Nishi Nakra? I have a daughter and I'm not sure whether I'll trust her with a stranger, but I accompanied Payal and we went to see this music system. Payal, I don't know if you remember that incident.
Of course, I remember, Baljit.
And most important, the last point I'd like to make is his humility. Every time we went to his house, he made it a point to see us off to the car with what I called a bear hug. Not many people of his stature ever come down. I use the word down, come down to that level, because we were really speaking lesser mortals in front of him. I still remember in one of the birthdays at Payal's house, it was a torrential downpour. And the humility of the gentleman was such that he was standing in the portico, ensuring that everyone was seen off to his car without getting drenched. That was Dr. Jain. I can only, I was reading something which I'd like to end with, and that is a small eulogy which says that in another time, in another place, where friends are scarce and few, we will hear another hour chime without bidding Dr. Jain adieu.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Very beautiful.